It's truly an honor to be the president of the Pediatric Cardiology Society of New York, presiding over the first annual event. I want to thank some of the folks here at Mount Sinai, Dr. Ira Parnas, who's the chief of the Division of Pediatric Cardiology here, and the Associate Chief, Dr. Howard Seiden, were instrumental in helping to put together this evening's event. About 2 years ago, we decided, or it was actually Dr. Seiden's idea, to start a research symposium, and the other two lectures we have as part of the Society's lecture series are named after people. So we sat down as a board and we thought about how it would be really great to honor someone who represented New York in pediatric cardiology, who's really an important member of our community. And pretty quickly and easily, we came up with Dr. Lenny Steinfeld. For me, it's quite personal. I've known this family for as long as I can remember. His younger brother, Phil, was my pediatrician growing up. In fact, he did my physical exam to get into kindergarten. And I would believe that was a long time ago, 40 years ago. And he also did my physical exam to get into medical school. Took care of my three younger brothers. His stepson is still today my closest friend. He couldn't be here tonight. He's actually working abroad in Punta Cana. So I'm a little jealous of that. We communicate practically every day. So I grew up in his home and have known the family for years, so really it's special. Leonard's wife, Barbara, unfortunately couldn't be here this evening. She came ill. Her generous donation really financially was able to start this, and I want to thank those members who are in the room tonight who also generously contributed so that this is not just the only one, but this will be going on in perpetuity to honor Leonard's legacy. We also have other members of the family here tonight, along with Phil, one of Lenny's other brothers. Bill is in the audience tonight, and three of Lenny's sons, Matt, Doug, and Ed, as well as his daughter-in-law, Marilyn, who I would like to present flowers with. Let's give this to your mother-in-law. In lieu of that. So, Leonard Steinfeld was born in New York, New York on November 16, 1925. He received his bachelor's degree from Hofstra and his medical degree from SUNY Downstate. He then went to the West Coast for a year to do an internship, back when they actually did one-year internships, and he did that at LA County General Hospital. And then he came to Mount Sinai Medical Center in 1954, which is really just incredible how long he stayed in one institution. Howie Seiden, wherever you are, is going to try to break that streak, I think, at some point if possible. He then did his fellowship in pediatric cardiology at Mount Sinai as well. He established the Division of Pediatric Cardiology here. If you think back, our field is relatively new, that in one person's lifetime, the entire field was basically started. I was trying to see if I could find it because I looked at my board certificate. I'm like the 1,900 and something pediatric cardiologist. I think my dad is in the few hundred range, so Lenny had to be within the top couple of hundred ever certified pediatric cardiologists in the country. So he was here mentoring, teaching, taking care of patients for 56 years. He was the first Murray H. Bass attending pediatrician for research, and he actually was the division chief here from 1961 to 1985. In 1974, he invented a blood pressure cuff for measuring blood pressure in infants. And it's amazing to think that in my lifetime prior to that, they really didn't design cuffs small enough to take blood pressures in babies. He cared for thousands of patients. He mentored many students and residents. I remember coming here as a medical student in 1995 and just kind of gathering around when he spoke to teach the medical students and residents about pediatric cardiology. And I think he would be tremendously honored to know that a research symposium is being named after him. We're very grateful tonight also to have as our first annual Leonard Steinfeld Research Speaker, Dr. Michael Bowitz. I will introduce him more formally in a few minutes. We had a tremendous amount of abstract submissions this year. They were very impressive. The judges did work hard to select the 2 winners tonight, and I wanted to call up Denise Hayes, who is really terrific in sending out many reminders to get your abstracts in and organizing the review process and grading for that. So I wanted her to come up and introduce the winners, who will be giving short presentations on their topics.
So we have 2 winners of our Best Abstract Award this year. The first is Joseph Lerman. He's a rising 4th-year medical student at Mount Sinai. Currently, he's on a year-long research fellowship at the NIH, National Heart, Lung, and Blood Institute. His work, completed under the mentorship of Dr. Shinoy, is entitled Obesity in Adults with Congenital Heart Disease.
So thanks, Dr. Hayes.